Hello, Facebook Live. Lindsay here. We've got Andy.
Hello.
And we've got Lorly. Lorly.
Yep.
And so these fantastic people are from Colorado, and they have also are fantastic because they have, you guys devised, you created this theater history cross-curricular extravaganza that you presented today at the conference, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what made you decide to combine this history and theater in this way, and use Hamilton? Why did you decide to do that?
Musical theater, I think, is the best way to tell a story. It's medicine. Musical theater is medicine.
I really like
And
that.
so I stole that from Stephen Kennedy, but it's
Borrowed.
Didn't steal, but it is. It's a
Yeah.
very powerful tool that engages kids and
Yeah.
gives them the opportunity to express themselves and learn a little bit about history.
Yep.
At
Why
the
not?
same time.
Why
Yep.
not? How about you?
And well, there's such a focus in our district with working with other teachers as well. And
Yes.
so Hamilton is a perfect vehicle for that because so many people know it and
Yes.
and love it and get to work with it. So Larly actually created the unit
Yes.
and then passed it along to other teachers in the district. I got to try it out with my kids and we loved it. So we wanted to share with more teachers, and so we got to work with each other and find things that would help out other teachers. And so we gave them not only the unit,
Yep.
but also how they can use that for other musicals or other
Right.
shows that they
No
want to work
kidding.
on. So yeah.
Oh, that's very exciting. So you're not just like are giving them like you're not giving them the fish. You are teaching them. You're giving them the
Yes.
pole and like
We're going full Chinese proverb with
Here's
it.
some worms, go fish.
Yes.
No, so we actually give them the tools and the templates
Yeah.
to go out there and figure it out what it needs to do to fit their school.
Yeah,
Right.
Because when you were talking about this with me yesterday, you were talking about how you are, so you're taking Hamilton and theater, but also you're developing this on the 21 skills
21
of,
qualities of a leader.
21 qualities of a
Yes.
leader, and also applying it to the presidents, right?
Yes.
Other presidents. And why that? Why did that? Was that the thing that cued you into making all this go together? Theater, history. Was it luck, or is it just
No.
Not luck. That's a terrible thing to say.
Hamilton spoke to me.
Right.
I listened to it the first time, and never before had I sat and listened to a musical where I was like, oh, and this discipline, and like
Yeah.
so many things in my middle school could all come together.
Yeah.
And I saw it as an opportunity to bring all of our teachers together and get them in on one project, so be
Yes.
interdisciplinary.
Yes. So what was it when you were using it with your students that really spoke to them about jumping up and learning about history in this new way?
It's for a lot of my kids, they actually hadn't seen Hamilton. A lot of them were new to theater, and so I think just getting into the musical itself was really exciting for them.
Right.
They loved getting to take it and then create their own thing based on it.
Yeah.
They ultimately were able to present it at a concert event for veterans in our community around Veterans Day. So it was a cool experience, and it was authentic for them, and it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Okay, so what's your piece of advice for a teacher? We're going to say theater teacher because that's what we're all. That's who you are in the audience. Who you are. That's who Andy is. And to devise something that is cross-curricular in this way, and we're going to say like, so if you're going to do theater and history, if you're going to like combine theater and whatever unit it's going to be, what's your big piece of advice for? Where do you start?
Be patient.
Be
Be patient.
Okay.
It took us 2 years to get it off the ground at my school. And be patient, be persistent, and be excited.
Oh, I think that patience thing is the big one. So
I think it's the best one.
yeah, you know what? And that wouldn't have been the first thing that crossed my mind. So because the first time you talk to like someone, they might be like, well, no, I don't want to work with you, or I'm too busy.
I'm too busy. I have state testing. I have a certain way I've done this, and I don't want to change how I do it. I think it's showing somebody the value and the life it can bring to your classroom. And I think it's all about being patient.
Was there any one thing that made a teacher change their mind? Did you like do little things to grow up to, hey, let's do this big project? or was it just?
Nope, I was
just knocked on their door.
I was really persistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just kept asking, and then kept asking, and then finally I seized an opportunity in August before we went back to school and said, hey, what if during teacher training we talked about how this could work before you plan the rest of your year? And I think it's about timing too. So if you start in May or you start in August, May's probably better.
Yeah.
The more time, the lead time, and the more prep you have, the better you're going to set yourself up for success.
That's awesome. Have you been able? Is this your first foray into using theater and another subject matter, or have you tried it in other ways? Or?
We do it in a lot of different ways, but this was the most intentional. I think that was, it was one of the strengths of, I think, the workshop that we were able to present was that so much of it is about how you plan out, what Larlie was just saying. Doing it in advance is so helpful, and so the format we put out there, I think, is useful for any subject, whether you want to go, math and lighting, or science and stage fog. I mean, anything you can kind of take it and plug it in.
Science and blood, yeah.
Yes.
Dear Evan Hansen and writing letters and language arts.
Boom.
Or
that's the next one.
or self, like just looking at yourself and who are you as a person, like all those like life skills that
self-exploration.
Self-exploration.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. I want to add, I think what Andy just said here, planning, right?
Yes.
So planning, persistence, and patience. If you want to get your students in on the cross-curricular train, just to help getting theater in with all these other what are they called? Subjects.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is next for you so is it Dear Evan Hansen?
It is definitely Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah.
Yep. It's Dear Evan Hansen and this discovery of self through writing letters and the importance of letters and what they mean now that we've switched to texting. Bring back some old school stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. Okay. So thank you so much,
Thank you.
Andy. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Okay.